on future of software testing, career or job opportunities in software testing. Thanks to QA Masters for providing me this opportunity. Okay, let us see what is the future of testing. So there are thousands of people, they have their own interpretation about the future of testing. Some people will say there is a great future. Some people will say, no, there might not be a good future. But what the analysts are saying, NASCOM, NASSCOM, this is a National Association of Software and Services Company. This is a very big company doing analysis and providing their views to all the software companies in India and the globe. And software companies, based on their reports, they will plan their future. That means they'll plan intake of the team or chopping out the team and shaping up their team on certain skills, etc. So NASCOM is saying software testing market is going to be $50 billion by 2010, and it was $30 billion in 2010. That means by 2020, software testing business is going to be doubled almost. So there is a bright future for testing, and you can go through the NASCOM reports and see every year how much increase is there in the software testing market. You can refer this article, as all the people will not have the access to NASCOM because it's a paid source. So you can go through this link and you can see the details about NASCOM report. According to there is a good future, almost double projects are going to come in the software testing. But again, why there will be more projects coming in the software testing? Let us get into some more deeper. We all know day by day web applications or mobile applications are coming out. Every 1 second we'll see at least 2 web applications and mobile applications are coming out into the market. We all know that. That means there is a growth in larger growth in web and mobile applications market. And if you see the statistics, 2014, year 2014, it's close to $17 billion, but by 2020 it is expected to be $53 billion. That means web and mobile applications are going to be triple by 2020 within this 7 years of time. We all know when there is an application, it requires two things. One is development, another is testing. That means when a new project comes, in that project there will be a development portion, there will be a testing portion. It can be any development project. It can be a .NET project, or it can be a Java project, or it can be a SAP project. In that, industry standard is 30 to 40% of the effort or money should be spent on testing. For example, IRCTC is there to book the tickets and to do some things in Indian Railways. When they are going to develop IRCTC application, assume that it costed 100 crores for development. In that, 70 crores they might have spent for development, and 30 crores or 30 to 40 crores they might have spent for testing. And again, if you see persons, if there is 100 members in a project, in that 70 members may be in development and 30 to 40% will be in testing. But what is the difference? Compared to development, why testing has more number of jobs? Because development, when we say development, it could be either .NET or Java or SAP. So assume that there are 1,000 openings. In that, 100 may be .NET, 100 may be Java, 100 may be SAP. But all these 300 will have 30 to 40% of testing jobs. That means irrespective of the development technology, testing is required. In all the development jobs, testing jobs will be there. So coming back to web and mobile application testing, coming back to web and mobile application growth. Because of the growth, because of this growth, there is a demand for testing also, and because of web and mobile application development, there is a more growth in testing as well. Okay, let's move on. So what we said is there is a growth for testing almost going to be double by 2010, and this demand will come more from web and mobile applications. So again, testing is a big ocean in that there are traditional testing and specialized testing. It's like few years before, if we want to book a railway ticket, we are going to the railway reservation counter, taking a print, and then going to the journey. But now everything is online. Instead of manual, it is automated. Systems are automated. In the same way, testing world also has traditional testing, which is more of manual testing. That is, a person sit in front of a computer and test the application. Yes, this functionality of the application is working correctly or not. If I go into the layman terms, if I take IRCTC application, before it is coming to the public, a tester or test engineer will sit in front of the machine and validate whether he is able to book the tickets correctly or not manually. That is called as traditional testing. And there is a specialized testing that is more of automated way. By using certain other softwares, we will actually validate the quality of an application. So if you see from last decade, last 10 years, specialized testing is increasing and traditional testing is decreasing. Traditional testing is decreased by -3%, but specialized testing is increased by 10%. And the growth is increasing on specialized day by day. The reason is cost. Companies can reduce the cost if they use specialized testing. And their quality, applications quality will increase if they go for specialized testing. Unfortunately, 70 to 80% of the current testing team is working on the traditional testing. I'm sorry, I'm getting certain messages. I'm not able to type right now, so I can explain them or I can answer them once I complete the session.
Sir, you are mentioning. Hello.
Yes, yes. Tell me.
Sir, you are opposite indicating, sir. Traditional and specialized in
Uh,
the figure.
I didn't get. What is that?
Sir, you are mentioning traditional is blue color, na? You are mentioning orange color. Find out correct.
Okay,
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 sir.
no problem. I understand. So here you are talking about,
Oh,
right? Okay. So
yes, sir.
while preparing, I might have missed. But the theme is traditional testing is more number of people. For example, if there are 10 lakhs members in testing, in that 7 to 8 lakh persons are working on traditional testing, only 2 to 3 lakhs people are working on specialized testing. But the companies has more demand in specialized testing compared to traditional testing. That's the reason there are in the recent past there are certain firings on the traditional testing and there are job opportunities for the specialized testing. So overall there is a good testing market, and if the person is uh, good in specialized testing and if they are into web and mobile applications, then there will be a good career growth. See, companies, many people are saying a lot of freshers are there in the outside and they are not getting the jobs. And I'm in the company, I'm there in the industry from last 17 years. From last 7 years, we are hiring freshers. At least I might have taken freshers of about 150 to 200 people. But I know my struggle. Most of the times we are not finding the suitable freshers. One way, freshers are not getting the job. Other way, companies are not getting the right freshers. But why companies looks for freshers when there are experienced people? The thing is, companies are looking for freshers because the cost is less. So if I pay a 10-year experienced guy maybe some 15 lakhs, okay, and for a fresher 2 lakhs, instead of paying for a 10 years experienced guy, I can take 7 freshers. Okay, with that I'll get more profits. So companies, from companies side, cost for a fresher is lesser and they work hard compared to the experienced. So if companies wants to get more profit, then they have to go for more freshers. Otherwise, their profits will not increase. That's the reason all the companies are looking to hire freshers. And in the recent past, you might have seen there are a lot of firings in many companies. And if you see, most of these firings happened only to the experienced guys, not to the freshers. Because companies are paying them less and they get more profits, and the work that they do is more compared to the experienced. But why companies are not able to take as many freshers as available in the market? So the recent study, so the companies have certain fears that they are freshers are not having the suitable skills. And in the recent study by Aspire Minds says that 95% of the engineers in India are unfit for IT jobs due to lack of required skills. Oops. Yeah, you can go to this website, or maybe you can Google whenever you are free time and read the survey by Aspire Minds. 95% of the engineers in India are unfit for software industry or software jobs. Okay, so the major fear is they are not coming up with the right skills that is required by the IT company. So what is happening is, once IT company takes a freshers, they are spending at least 1 year to train them or to educate them or to make them suitable for the software industry. So in the first year, company is not going to gain any money on the fresher. But if they find that the fresher also can provide certain work to them, then companies are ready to pay more to the freshers and they are ready to hire more number of people. I used to hear from many of my test managers. So I'm a director and I have many test managers under me. And whenever I say, boss, you take off few freshers in your project, then they used to say, sir, project might get delayed because they might not be able to deliver. They don't have that confidence. The problem is they are not coming up with the industry skills. For that reason, what we are doing is we are giving these freshers for free to the projects for 6 months to 1 year, so that they will learn in the project, and from the next year onwards I can use them in the billable roles. But the problem for me is, in the first year whatever I am going to pay to them is from my project budget. Okay, but if freshers comes up with more skills, then obviously companies are ready to hire. Why getting job is more difficult? We said freshers are saying getting job is more difficult and we are not getting jobs. A lot of freshers are coming. Why? Let us see. Companies' expectations are at high, but student skills and companies' expectations, there is a mismatch. What is a mismatch? Skill gap. When we say skill, many of the people think that technical knowledge, say manual testing or Java or C++. Of course, that is one, technology is one, but not only that. When I say skill, there are several things. Email etiquette, how to send mails to the customers. Okay, process and standards. What kind of standards are to be used in the project? How to do the reporting? How to share the information to the other colleagues? How to do the documentation? So when I refer the skill, it is not only the technology, it has many other things where there is a gap on company's expectation and the student skill. Culture difference. So project culture will be little different than the student culture. So in a project, you should be delivering the tasks on time. You should speak to your counterpart, say your customer. Customer may be from US, UK, Australia, New Zealand, and Middle East, from anywhere. Okay, you should speak to them in their language, and you should convince them. Okay, you should be proactive. Okay, but the student doesn't have this culture because they might not have that pre-project experience or internship experience or um, qualifications that is required for the um, company. Self-confidence. This is the biggest problem I used to see many of my test managers complaining about. Okay, so when we assign some certain tasks to the fresher, they have lots of doubts. Can I complete this? This seems to be very new for me. Okay, he is in dilemma. Before he start the work, he is in dilemma. With this dilemma, managers are also not very confident to give the activity to the person. So self-confidence is the biggest problem with the fresher. Project exposure. Obviously, they are freshers, they don't have much project exposure. Communication. So when I say communication, communication is not about English. Communication is about the explaining the actual thing in the way customer understands. That is communication. But in most of the cases, freshers write what they think rather than understanding the customer. Process and standards. Of course, they are not much familiar with processes and standards. The reason is they comes out from the college. Utilization. So because of the skill gaps, we are not able to utilize the freshers compared to the experienced guys. Technology gap. In the industry or in the in the academics, they might be learning the older versions, but when it comes to the companies or project needs, they need the latest versions. So there is a technology gap. As I said earlier, we have done several hundreds of interviews and taken 150 to 180 people into my company as freshers. So we have done certain analysis. Job opportunities quadrant. You all people think where you all people can see where do you fit in this. So most of the, see, when I have 5 openings, I used to get 200 to 300 resumes, out of which most of the resumes, they are fresher from the college or doesn't have any experience. They don't have any knowledge apart from the knowledge from academics. What we used to do is we'll straight away, most of the times companies reject these guys even before the interview. When you send a profile, if you have only academics knowledge, there is a lot of chances that your resume itself is not selected for the written test or for the interview. There is, in general, we used to see 80% of the resumes of this category, number one. And there are certain category of people, there are freshers, they have good communication skills and certain testing knowledge. They might have learned software testing outside, and with that testing knowledge they come. What we'll use to do is these people get a chance, at least their CV will be shortlisted. They might get through the written test or they might not get through the written test. Certain people who are falling under quadrant 3, high quadrant. These people are freshers, they know software testing, and they have at least one specialized testing knowledge. When I say specialized, it can be automation, or it can be mobile automation, or it can be performance, or it can be SOA, one specialized knowledge, and they know little about project. These are the people will get most of the times jobs. Out of the CVs we receive, these people will be of 2 to 3%. So when we get a 200 CVs or 100 CVs, only 3 or 4 CVs are fitting into this quadrant. So these people will definitely get, their CV will definitely will get shortlisted. They will be in the written test and interview. Of course, most of them are through. In certain cases, people number 3 and people number 2 will compete. Both of them will compete. So at the time, more chances are for the people who are in the quadrant 3. That means they can be a fresher, but they have certain testing knowledge and at least one specialized testing knowledge and little bit about the project. But there is a chance the companies are looking for this quadrant. Very rarely people are coming into this quadrant. Quadrant 4. Very high opportunities, very high probability. They knows multiple tools knowledge. They may be fresher or college out, that's not a problem. And bit knowledge about the project and some testing process. Companies are looking at this profile. Companies wants profile of 4. But most probably companies are taking the profiles of 3 and they are giving certain trainings to them and making them to move to quadrant 4. So the people who are in the quadrant 1 and quadrant 2, most of the times they won't get the jobs. Unfortunately, 95% or even I can say 97%, up to 97% of the profiles we are receiving are falling under low and medium in these two quadrants. That is, they have only academic knowledge or they have some testing knowledge. But if you come up with this kind of a quadrant, obviously you will become the hotcake to many companies. Why multi-tools knowledge is required? Why companies are looking for? I'll take a small example. Assume that I want to buy a knife, Swiss knife I want to buy. Okay, so both are from Swiss, both are Swiss knives, but this is of with only one knife and this is with multi knife. Okay, say if it is $10, this knife is of $10 and this knife is of $10. Which one you choose? This is a tendency to the people that most of the people will go for multi knives, Swiss knife. The reason is they can utilize other knives at other places or certain places. In some amount of times, even if this single knife is of $10 and multi knife is of $12, people tend to buy multi knife only even by paying $2 more. The reason is I can utilize this at multiple places. In the same way, if a person comes with multi-tools knowledge and if the person comes with a bit knowledge of project, then companies are ready to take the person immediately even by paying more salaries. There are certain myths, especially the people comes from the college. They think that let's go to development, testing is not that good. That's a myth and it's not correct. Software testing has more opportunities than software development, and software testing is a brighter career compared to software development. Why? Let me show some example. Number of projects. If there are, for a .NET guy, or for a Java guy or for a SAP guy, if they get 10 projects, a testing guy will get 100 projects, at least 10 times more than the development. So more number of projects, that means more number of opportunities. On-site opportunities. I myself visited US, UK, Switzerland, New Zealand, Malaysia, etc. into testing. But my fellow mates who are in the development, they might have not visited this many countries. Okay, so there are more on-site opportunities. Why more opportunities? Why more on-site opportunities? A developer can write the code even by sitting away from the customer. He don't need to travel to US. But a testing guy, he needs the application knowledge. Application knowledge or the functional knowledge is having only with the customer. So until unless he go to the on-site, talk to the customer, he won't acquire the functional knowledge. That's the reason companies send more testing team to the on-sites, say US or UK, compared to the development guys. So there are more on-site opportunities, and there are several other things also. There are a lot of projects which are already developed but not tested properly. So there is no development work, only testing work will be there. For that, people has to travel to the on-sites. Career growth. Obviously, career growth will be very higher in testing compared to development. I myself, within this 17 years of experience, I became associate director, but my fellow mates who are on the development, still they are senior project managers or product managers. Okay, so a .NET guy will become a .NET architect at around 15 years of experience, but a test guy will become an architect at 10 to 12 years of experience. So career growth will be obviously more on software testing compared to development. Salaries. Salaries is a bit debatable topic. If I see my experience, I'm sharing my experience only. Traditional testing guys are getting lesser salaries than the development guys. But specialized testing guys are getting more salaries than the development guys. So a development guy, 5 years experienced development guy might be getting 1:1 year or 1:1.5 salaries. You can ask your Java seniors or .NET seniors saying what is his salary and what is his experience. He can say if he has 5 years experience, he will say 5 to 7.5 lakhs, 1:1.5. Rarely it will go to 1:2. But a specialized testing guy, you can ask any mobile testing guy with 5 years of experience, he will say 1.5 to 2, 7.5 lakhs to 10 lakhs. So, but if you ask a manual testing guy, he will say around 5 lakhs. So this is a very debatable topic, salaries in development and testing, but traditional testing guys will get obviously lesser salaries than developers, but specialized testing team will get more salaries than the developers. Work-life balance. You can see any of the companies, more girls are there in testing compared to development. Why? You can ask them question. Because work-life balance or pressures are comparatively less in testing than development. If you ask me, are there no stress in testing? Yes, there will be, but not comparatively with development. So work-life balance will be very good in testing. So because of these opportunities, what else you want? You have a number of projects, you have good opportunities, you have good career growth and better career life balance, and your salaries are comparatively better. Then why do you need to go for development? I recommend to choose testing. Let us see what is the career ladder. Many of the people doesn't know where he will be. If you start your career into testing, you will be a test engineer. But where you will be after 15 years, you don't know. Where you will be after 7 years, you don't know. In general, this is the career ladder in the testing. In general, test engineer, you will start your career, then you will become either senior test engineer, senior automation, senior mobile automation engineer, senior performance engineer. Then you will become a test lead or tech lead or performance lead. Then you may become a project lead or module lead. When you come here, he needs multi-skill. It's not only one skill. I'm just stepping back. I told, right, multi-skill, multi-tools will be beneficial. Even getting into the higher career quickly, multi-skills is required. Then this guys who are there in the manual testing, they may become associate managers or associate architects, and technical guys, associate technical architect they'll become, and performance guys, they'll become performance architects. And the next role will be project manager or test architect or technical architect or solution architect. Then they'll become senior manager, senior architect, senior technical architect, senior solution architect. Now group manager, program manager, delivery head or associate director. Now I am in this ladder. The next level will be top management. These layers are decision makers. So here test engineers 1 to 3 years experience, here 3 to 5 years experience, this is 5 to 7 years experience, this is 9 to 11 years you can think of these layers, and from 13 years onwards you can become manager, 15 you can become senior manager, and 17 you can become AD or GM or PA, delivery head, something like that. This is a very bright career ladder. At least 20 years you can plan your career. How to grab these opportunities? We said testing is increasing, and by 2020 it will be double, and there are web and mobile applications. They are increasing the demand for testing. Companies are looking for more specialized testing than the traditional testing, and very few people are there in the specialized testing. There are more opportunities, but how to grab them? And even before grabbing them, how can I say companies are looking for more of specialized testing? Every one of us are going to the Naukri, right? Can we go to Naukri? I'm just opening naukri.com. I'm just typing software testing. You can do it in your room or home itself. So you can see there are 42,737 jobs. In reality, it will be double because all the people will not post in the Naukri. So you can think of there will be close to 90,000 openings in testing. But let us say I'm saying software testing and automation testing. How many will be there? If you see out of 42,000, 23,000 jobs, companies are asking both software and automation testing. That means 50% of the job openings, they are saying automation testing. So if a person comes with only traditional testing knowledge, he is not fit for 50% of the jobs straight away, according to this. Okay. Mobile application testing. See, 20,000 jobs, they're asking for software testing, automation, and mobile application testing also. That means if a person comes with only traditional testing, he is not fit for almost 60% of the jobs. And if he comes with manual testing and automation testing, still he is eligible for more jobs, but he is still missing some amount of jobs. Okay, but if a person comes with all these skills, multi-skills, he is eligible for all the 50,000 jobs as per Naukri. But in general, in the companies, it will be double at least. Okay, so if you have all those skills, you will be fit for most of the jobs. Let us see how to grab these opportunities. If you know only manual testing, you are fit for only test engineer. If you know automation testing, you fit for manual as well as automation testing. If you know mobile testing and automation testing, then you are fit for all these three jobs. If you know performance or SOA, then you are fit for all these jobs. And if you know certain project work, then you will become the hot cake. Okay, for every opportunity you are eligible. So my recommendation is learn or become multi-skilled and add value to your resume. Then you will be able to get the job easily. Even you are competing with 100 members or 200 members, still companies are able to identify yourself, and companies will get or give you the job immediately and even with higher salary compared to others. Okay, so overall what I would like to say from this webinar is there are good opportunities or double opportunities in testing due to the tremendous growth in web and mobile application market. Understand the needs of web and mobile application testing, and there is a traditional testing and specialized testing. Acquire specialized testing skills compared to traditional testing skills and get or grab more jobs. All the best. If you have any questions, I can answer. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes? Hello? Hello?
Hello. Yeah, hello, Mohan.
Yes?
Yeah, hi, this is Kalyan.
Yeah, Kalyan, tell me.
Actually, apart from this, all the specialist testing, the market is expecting some more technologies like data science and big data, I mean, analytics, data analytics,
Right,
and new things coming in which are like DevOps and also like
right,
so. So how do you do these? Even though it's their experience also like.
right. So, Kalyan, your voice was not clear, so I am reiterating what's my understanding. You can correct me. So you are saying there is a big data, data science, DevOps, all these concepts, okay, and they are getting more jobs. How I'm seeing these changes? Is it your question?
They are choosing some other. They are choosing these technologies as competitive compared to like even though they are existing automation and other specialized
Okay.
testing.
Your voice is not very clear, Kalyan. But let me share my view. Yes, there are good opportunities in data science, big data, analytics, IoT, Internet of Things, and what is that? DevOps. So DevOps is also a concept in specialized testing. So once you learn automation or whatever it is, so DevOps needs specialized testing also. If you see, of course, they are catching up, big data, all those things. But if you see, their percentage is very less, and still
Apply.
they are emerging. So the percentage is very less. Maybe right now, if you see, big data projects are maybe one project in 2,000 projects, not as many.
Supply is
Not
very less.
sorry.
Supply is very less.
Right, right,
Supply is very less.
right, right. And data science, of course, data science is also catching up, but again, projects is also very less, supply is also very less, and many of the people doesn't know where exactly they need to utilize. So recent past, I was talking to one person in Tesco. So Tesco is one retail based company in United Kingdom. Okay. And they have started using data science. Okay. So they are thinking that they need at least 10 to 15 people in data science. They are establishing a new center in Bangalore, and they wanted to take 10 to 15 members in data science. Okay. uh, Tesco has almost 2,000 people working in Bangalore. Okay, and out of them, close to 900 people, there 50% of the people are there into testing. Data science is catching up and demand is there, but the number of people are only 15 in Tesco, but if you see, developers are close to some 1000 or 1100, and testers are close to, testing team is about 900. So still opportunities are more on testing, and of course even big data or analytics or IoT comes, whoever they have the specialized knowledge, they will move them to the appropriate tools. So for example, in my company, we are recent past looking for analytics testing. No one is there in the market for analytics testing. Okay, so what I thought was, let's pull out some people from automation testing, train them on analytics, and put them on analytics testing. Why? Because there was an assumption that specialized testing team can learn quickly and work on analytics testing compared to the manual testing team. With that assumption, I have formed a 5-member team for analytics testing. So to answer your question, Kalyan, they are definitely catching up, whatever the technologies you are saying, but their market is less. Even though they catch up, even testing will come in that area. People who are in the specialized testing area will move into that ladder. Is that answered, Kalyan?
Or, but which one to choose actually? If we try to upgrade, are we going to try to upgrade those skills, or like we can focus on whatever the existing trend that is going on, like automation testing, performance testing, like that, or still we can upgrade those skills even though the supply is less currently.
Your voice is not very clear, Kalyan, but what you are asking is, you are asking that whether a person should upgrade their skills or learn those new skills.
Upgrading those skills with respect to the big data or data analytics compared to because their supply is very less, right? So even though we are having the positions in those things, we might not get the opportunity to work in that. So even though we are very much staying in that, so currently, might be in the future they will be occupying those positions, like.
Right. See, I don't know really what is the real catch in moving from specialized testing to the big data or data science. The reason is, recent past, one of my team member who has around 11 years of experience, he learned data science. Okay, so he was getting 14.5 lakhs in my previous company, and when he learned data science, they offered the less than 10 lakhs because he has 11 years experience but into specialized knowledge, but when he moved to the data science, he's a fresher. I think there will be definitely more opportunities, but this is not the right time. Maybe you can, if you want to learn those skills, my suggestion is better wait for some more time, maybe another 6 months to 1 year. You will get more clarity. But within the company, if you get a chance to move to that testing, then my recommendation is you can move. But within the company, if you don't have the opportunity, then my suggestion is not to waste your money.
Yeah, by choosing those like at present, because they are not utilizing those skills actually.
Absolutely. I told, right, my junior, he learned data science by spending almost 2 lakhs, I think. Okay, but in the current company, I mean, due to the lesser salaries, he did not move again. He moved on the specialized testing only. And it's almost 5-6 months he learned. He is not using, and I'm sure after 6 months he will nowhere remember that.
Correct. But apart from those, because he's already having the specialized testing experience, but why is he giving less salary to he's already having specialized testing. Apart from this, he's learning as additional data science.
Right. He has more what is that, more of specialized testing knowledge, and he was an architect or associate architect. He thought he'll get more salaries in data science and more opportunities, but the reality was not that.
So they are giving the less salary data science. He can directly move to like specialized testing and expect the more salary. Correct?
Yes, absolutely. See, Within the company, I won't say immediately you will get the higher salary. So for example, you have 3 years experience. I'm not sure, just I'm taking an assumption, 3 years experience, but you have learned some specialized testing and you are to move to the next project. But see, that will definitely fetch you higher salary. May not be within this appraisal, but maybe within the next appraisal, or when you move the other when you move to the other company, you will definitely get the higher salary. I'm sure about that.
Yeah. But I felt it's just a weight. It's a definitely it's a weightage to your resume, where we can like getting more calls even for the interview purpose. Even though we are not getting more salary, at least we'll get calls for interview purpose, as it's also it's added weightage to the resume.
Absolutely. So you will get more calls, that's for sure. And also you will get more salaries. That's for sure.
Yeah, in future might be definitely.
Okay. See, I'm seeing right, when you have the more tools knowledge, you can demand more. We are paying them. We are paying them to have, what is that, to take them into the company. In the recent past, last week I have posted 6 requirements for my practice. Okay. And out of this, for 2 positions I told, I need the multi-skilled guys. My recruiter came and told me, sir, they'll ask more salary. But I said, no matter. Okay, I need them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Generally, we are testers are hesitant to ask more salary compared to developers. That's going actually in the market. So what like we don't like what to expect.
That's
We are not.
absolutely not correct,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
myself, I'm into testing. I can't share my salary, but I'm getting very good salary compared to my engineering classmates who are in the development. And most of my friends, they are into development. They are still working as project managers or technical architects or senior managers or delivery managers. But myself, I'm a associate director and going to be the director. Okay. So my salary is high, my position is high, and I have traveled so many times to on-site, and I have a valid visa, and my companies are asking me to come to on-site. Okay. So I don't agree that developers has more opportunities or more salaries. In certain cases, yes, these are subjective. And
Yeah.
again, I told right, salaries is a highly
Specialists.
debatable topic.
Yeah. Yeah. Specialists. Yeah. Definitely will get the chance of expecting more salary.
Right, right. Traditional testing team, I agree. They are getting lesser salaries. Unfortunately, they are more.
But yeah, traditional side definitely less only. But when we go to companies and working in the companies, so definitely whatever they giving the project, we need to accept for them. Actually, we cannot expect like I'm trained in very much specialized points automation testing too. So can I get a chance in automation? Means no. Like at that point of time, we need to work somehow like years to some. We don't know. We without our like relation, we will work like years to together in a like traditional project. So later on we'll get some kind of experience and we might not get that kind of specialist experience and ultimately we are supposed to, we are told like because of your manual testing only we are giving very less salaries. So we need to apply. We ourselves, we ourselves will not get the chance to work as if they told like we are flexible to work everywhere. We are flexible to work in any, you should be flexible to work in any project. Then they will be telling like that, here number of aspirations are we are everyone is sure like what market demands. Definitely they are trying to learn and will not get to implement it into the projects.
Yeah, these and all are the, what is that, many
Yeah,
subjective
reality.
things happening in all the projects. Say, for example, if I see one person who has only manual testing and if he has certain automation skills, may not be the project exposure. But if there is a project where automation